Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is One News Now. The Court of Tax Appeals acquits Nobel laureate Maria Ressa and Rappler of 4 counts of tax evasion charges filed back in 2018. Ressa became emotional and said that this just proves to their critics that Rappler is not a tax evader. She added that the acquittal is not just for the company, but for every Filipino who has been unjustly accused.
I don't know if you remember, but about 6 months before these charges, 4 charges were filed against us, we received a top corporate taxpayer award from the Philippines, right? So, medyo nabaliktad po yung mundo. But, today, facts win. Truth wins. Justice wins. Medyo emotional nga lang po.
In a separate statement, Rappler called the charges fraudulent, false, and flimsy, and thanked the court for its decision. It also underscored that the charges were politically motivated, having been filed during the administration of Rodrigo Duterte. For the Human Rights Watch, Ressa's acquittal is welcome news and a victory for press freedom. The group also hopes that other courts will rule on other questionable cases in the same manner. Moving on to the latest happenings out of the World Economic Forum. President Bongbong Marcos attended back-to-back meetings on the sidelines of the gathering. Jared De La Peña has this report from Davos in Switzerland.
Grab chairman and CEO Anthony Tan hosted a dinner for President Bongbong Marcos in Davos on Monday. Other attendees include former British Prime Minister Tony Blair and business executives. This is just one of the many informal meetings on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum where Marcos Jr. hopes to lure more foreign investments. The president also graced a luncheon organized by the WEF Organizing Committee. He tackled the use of influence by a particular country to take control of a certain territory. Marcos Jr. said this should not be the case for the South China Sea.
Around the South China Sea, we all desire a more multipolar. However, the forces of us going back to that Cold War type of scenario where you have to choose one side or the other are strong.
He added that the Philippines will not take sides as much as possible.
The future of the Indo-Pacific, the future of Asia-Pacific, for example, cannot be determined by anyone but the countries of the Asia-Pacific. And that removes us immediately from that idea that you must choose. We choose our friends. We choose our neighbors. That's the choice that we have made.
In a country strategy dialogue for the Philippines, the chief executive said we are likely to post an economic growth of about 7% this year. He attributed that to fiscal discipline and structural reforms, among others.
Our actual projection is 6.5, but there are signs that we might be able to surpass that. Our strong macroeconomic fundamentals, fiscal discipline, structural reforms, and liberalization of key sectors instituted over the years have enabled us to withstand the negative shocks caused by the pandemic.
Trade Secretary Fred Pascual was also busy meeting potential investors. He held a series of bilateral discussions with businessmen, including those from Coursera and Chevron. The Trade Secretary also pitched possible partnerships with World Economic Forum Executive Committee members and the head of International Trade and Investment. Pascual will also be taking part in the CEO Dialogue on the Philippines and will be speaking as a contributor in several WEF sessions. One News Now will be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here. still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Bakers are complaining over the price increase in eggs. Philippine Federation of Bakers Association President Chito Chavez said that from 155 pesos per tray, eggs now cost 215 pesos. With this increase, bakers have no choice but to hike prices of cakes and pastries. Chavez explained that they cannot just replace ingredients just because eggs and sugar have gotten more expensive.
Kung basta po kami magsisip ng aming gagamitin, medyo malaki pong problema yan. Parang pan-press egg papunta po sa mga tinatawag nating powdered egg.
On the flip side, prices of other bread or other types of bread such as pandesal and loaf bread have not yet been affected by the eggflation. Chavez hopes that egg supply will remain stable.
Sana po ay mapangalagaan ng industriya na mag-iitlog ang kanilang mga poultry para nang sa ganon ay huwag naman silang matulad sa nangyari sa ating baboy na nagkaroon ng shortage ng baboy. The moment that there is a shortage of egg, sir, ang tingin ko napakahirap ditong kumuha sa ibang bansa dahil ang kailangan ng industry namin is farm-pressed egg po.
And are Filipino nursing students really being pirated to go abroad? The Filipino Nurses United, or FNU, says that this is not new. Reports have it that Germany and the United Kingdom are actively recruiting in the Philippines amid their rising demand for healthcare workers. FNU Vice President Eleanor Nolasco is alarmed over the instances of foreign nations directly offering attractive packages to would-be nurses.
This is not new. What's alarming is that they've gone to schools directly.
Yes.
No, they're not just getting nurses from the hospitals, but the students, the senior students they're starting with young nurses, and they're trying to really entice them, with good offers.
The FNU does not see any Philippine labor laws being violated with the direct recruitment of nurses and nursing students. But the group's vice president is calling on the Philippine government to do something about this in order to prevent an exodus of healthcare workers.
As it is, they're really pushing nurses out because they are not given enough wages. They are even the benefits that have already been mandated are not given on time, delayed, or not given at all. Up to this point, COVID benefits are still not received by all the qualified nurses.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Climate campaigner Greta Thunberg was detained alongside other activists at a protest rally against the demolition of a coal village in Germany. Activists said Germany should not be mining any more lignite or brown coal and should instead focus on expanding renewable energy. Police will release Thunberg and other activists within the day. Metro Pacific Investments Corporation Chairman Manny V. Pangilinan has been awarded the UP Gawad Oblation. This award is conferred to individuals who have helped increase the university's visibility and recognition. UP also conferred the award to over 30 other tycoons and government officials. And listen up, motorists, you may now traverse all expressways in Luzon using a single RFID unit starting this week. This is through the interoperability of the two RFID systems, EasyTrip and AutoSweep. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.